In the Kenyan port of Mombasa, a Greek warship is being prepared for its latest mission to protect an aid boat on its way to Mogadishu in Somalia. It's one of several EU Navy vessels patrolling the eastern coast of Africa in the battle against piracy. As the commander makes his final checks, he knows he's unlikely to come across any pirates during this trip.
We have high seas, heavy rain sometimes, gale force winds, so the pirates with their small vessels, the skiffs and the dhows, they cannot operate in the Indian Ocean. In order for them to operate, the conditions have to get much better, and that's going to happen from September on.
But when the monsoon season ends, piracy will resume. At Mombasa's Shimo La Tewa prison, more than 100 Somali men are awaiting trial, accused of trying to hijack ships over the past 18 months. If found guilty, they could face up to 20 years in prison. Yet despite the threat of such long sentences and the dangers on the high sea, the men appear undeterred. In fact, there are now more boats being held in Somalia and more seamen than at any time over the past 3 years.
Well, it is serious and it has a huge impact on countries in this region, but there's also a record number of pirates in custody. There are currently 540 pirates in custody in 12 countries around the world. And also we believe between 100 and 200 have been lost at sea, either drowned or killed by navies or just lost. So there are a lot of young men who've sailed from Somalia and haven't come back again.
Several guns, rocket launchers and bags of ammunition have been recovered by patrols in recent months, evidence that will be used against the Somali men awaiting trial. And this is where they'll be tried, a recently refurbished courthouse paid for by the UN. But the Kenyan government knows there'll be no end to piracy in Somalia unless a political solution is found.
The solution is law and order in Somalia, and the solution is governance, a functional state in Somalia, which allows the country to take charge of its own responsibility.
The EU is currently spending hundreds of millions of euros a year on naval patrols in the region, more than its aid allocation to Somalia. But so long as the country is politically unstable and piracy profitable, sinking this maritime scourge for good remains a distant prospect.